Coach Zaffe with this Pittston area baseball. Coach, here we are, another season and
another one, bud.
A talented group.
Very talented.
A lot of good league and some quality teams. You guys are up near that top part, but let's talk about how your season's going as we just get into May here. And this when we got to start turning things up, right, for how the outlook will go the rest of the way.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, there's some big competition. I mean, we played Abington earlier in the year, and we found out that they were a very, very good team. We know the standard that we have to live up to in order to compete on that level. North Pocono, tremendous. I mean, even now we're playing Hazleton, and we faced Mendola last time, and there was 25 scouts standing behind home plate. And we have a nice freshman that came up with this. He's 6'6", and he throws the ball about 86 miles an hour. And it was the first time in my 24 years that I've had somebody that throws the ball 85 plus. So I was excited, but sitting there and having him throw 96 and having our guy throw 86, it was a big difference. But our guy's hanging in there, and he's only a freshman. He's 14 years old. But we're going to see that kind of atmosphere, I should say, when you play a team like Hazleton. But I mean, we saw in Tolek, we had 7 hits that game, and we hit the ball all around. But it was the first time all year that I think our kids succumbed to the pressure of this is Hazleton, and we have to play our best game. And we actually had 5 errors that game, which all resulted in a run immediately afterwards. And we ended up losing the game 6-2. But we were right there. We were right in the game. And, Hazleton's a very, very good team. And for us to compete at that level against that kind of pitching and against that kind of team, it just gave me hope to say, we can do it. We can do it if we play the way that we know how every game. We'll be in every game with a chance to win.
And in high school baseball, that pitching is so important. Let's talk about trying to have as much depth as you could. And, whether it's you get a couple innings out of a guy, or you get a start out of a guy, and then you move on, you get the win 6-4 or something like that.
Yeah, well, the key for our team is to throw strikes. If we don't walk guys, we don't hit guys, our defense is above average, way above average. And to be honest, I've been coaching most of them since they've been 9 years old, and some of the plays that they've been making recently are on a high level. I mean, they're throwing behind runners, they're communicating on the field, they're making plays that, that you would expect a college team to make. They're in the right positions. They know where each other are going to be. And sitting in the dugout, it kind of gives you that kind of joy, that kind of happiness. But we did suffer a huge loss so far. I mean, one of our best players, Silvio Giardina, he was our second baseman, our 4-hitter, our pitcher, and he got an injury to his knee. Now he's out for the season, and it's taken a toll on us, especially with the communication level, because we have some guys that are young that can field and throw the ball, but to know those little ins and outs like Silvio knew, or that communication level or that respect level, it's a little bit different. They could throw and they could catch, but the timing might not be there yet, and we're going to get there. So some of our older guys are really breaking these young guys in, and we got a nice core that's just going to support each other, and hopefully when the game's on the line, these guys will be ready.
How about you have more concerns right now offensively, or is it just, again, getting into the season? You said, hey, defensively we're pretty solid. Or is it maybe a player or two stepping up after that adversity on this Pittston area team? And again, you guys are a good team, and I don't want to talk like, hey, you have to step up. But like you said, there's really good competition out there, and it's going to come down to one of those 3-2 games, an extra inning or an extra hit.
It's definitely going to come down to one big play. I've been around long enough to realize what could hurt us, and those are the types of things that we go over at practice every day, just to make sure that when that situation arises, we're ready for it. I keep trying to stress to them, we're winning some games by the 10-run rule, and it's very hard to focus when you're doing that because you're going to score, but not every game is going to be like that. You're going to have to know how to battle when it comes down to those 1-run games, and so far we've been in a couple, and we're doing our thing, but I just stay concerned with our team. If we stay to the approach that we've been preaching for a long, long time right now, there's not too many teams that are as good as we are. But if we get away from that approach, we're beatable just like anybody else. So basically it's just up to us.
Let's talk about managing the mental capacity of your team, knowing that you have physical talent, and then knowing hey, they're high school kids. It could happen. We've seen it. We saw the NBA playoffs, the NHL playoffs. It doesn't matter where it is. Yeah. Being able to, just be able to finish, as you're saying.
Well, that's what it is. I mean, when I think about previous years and I see where we were talent-wise and where we finished, I mean, it was a grind every day at practice. I mean, we are really like running and diving and really putting forth that effort. And now, like I said, with the experienced team that we have, our main goal is just to stay healthy and stay enjoying the game. We just had a big weekend that came up with rain, and we took a couple days off because we're not pressing to learn new things. We're familiar with the situations. Our goal now is to stay healthy and to want to be there every day. So you take a day off here or there, you relax, you don't go as hard, but yet the kids are still getting their work in on their own. I gave them 2 days off this weekend, and the kids were at baseball U and they were hitting. They were in the cage with their fathers. They were in the cage soft tossing to each other. They were taking ground balls. I mean, when they want to do that kind of thing on their own, that shows a lot. So I'm proud of the guys. I know where they're at, and I'm just trying to keep them healthy and happy.
The pride at Pittston area athletically, it's been there for a long time, and in a lot of sports. So, you know, spring's really hot. I mean, track team's been good for a while. Baseball's been pretty fresh. Softball state championship. Let's talk about, you know, the administration, you know, the boosters, the community, and you know, there's a lot of Patriot fans out there that are rooting you guys on.
There's a lot, and again, I can't say enough for our administration. I go to other parks, and you know, they're running late, and they say, well, you know, our administration doesn't let us out early. Or I look at some of the equipment or some of the facilities that they have, and they're far below standard. And we ask, and they say, well, no, they told us no, we can't have that. I mean, they never tell us no for anything. I mean, they really go above and beyond. Our booster club is, you know, it was headed by Ron Ralston for many years, and now the parents have taken over, but they're following in his footsteps. And you know how it is with us. We always have the best of everything because they work hard at it. They do many fundraisers. We have many supporters. We got a lot of people that are behind us. When we talk to administration, the administration has our back no matter what. I mean, we just try to stay as respectful as we can and be as appreciative as we can. And you know, they reciprocate what we give back to them. So it's a great situation that we got going on right now, and I just hope it continues.
Makes you want to coach harder, makes your players want to play a little bit harder, that you guys, you know, have people that are in your community and have your back. And, you know, we're wishing you guys the best here in the month of May and hopefully into June.
I appreciate it, brother. It's always a pleasure with you.